Okay guys, so I have the ceiling fan on. I apologize if it is really annoying in the background of this video. I tried to film a second ago without it on and I was physically melting. Physically melting. So anyways, today this video I'd say is more of a coming of age story than anything else, because I'm going to be talking about some of my new Holy Grail products that have replaced Holy Grail products. Wait, let me start over. New favorite Holy Grail products that have replaced old ones in my collection. And you'll probably pick up on a pattern in this video, and that is a lot of these products are much lighter, much less coverage, much thinner consistency than old products that I used to love. And that's because honestly I've been changing the way I do my makeup so much more lately. I still love doing color on the eyes and getting creative, but I love pairing it with just fresher skin and like sort of a creamy, sun-kissed, like just natural look to the skin and letting it show through a little bit more, which is something that I did not used to do. Turns out it's also a lot quicker and easier to do. So that works really well for my current lifestyle. So anyways, why don't we just go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna begin with one that I feel was like the catalyst that really got the ball rolling on me starting to enjoy lighter makeup. I haven't talked about a BB cream or a CC cream or a tinted moisturizer in a very long time, and that is because I always felt like when I applied them, they just made my whole face look shiny. You know, they never really gave me that glow, that freshness I was looking for. I feel like in this video today, I might look a little bit shiny because I am so sweaty. But if you could see me in person, when I'm not sitting with 5,000 lights on me in a steaming hot room, I feel like it looks amazing. So this is the Arborian CC cream, and this is the high definition radiance base cream skin perfector. This also has SPF 25 sunscreen, and the shade that I use is Claire. So there's 3 different shades. So this one is pretty cool because it starts off as just a white color, and as you blend it into your skin, it's going to adjust to your skin tone, which, you know, initially I would think like, okay, how well is it really gonna match? I feel like it matches my skin so well, and the thing that I love the most about this is the fact that it has this amazing velvety consistency to it. So it's not shiny, it's not greasy like a lot of other CC creams and BB creams and all that those kinds of products. I feel like they're always very just shiny all over. They look super reflective and you can sort of see through them to the hyperpigmentation underneath. This just gives you that perfect like blurry coverage, gives you a nice fresh glow in the areas that you want it, but the rest of the face doesn't get too shiny. And it's always been a struggle for me to find products that I feel like let my freckles show through a little bit, because honestly if you're covering up other areas on your face, it's gonna cover up your freckles too. It's almost impossible. This is probably the closest thing I've ever found to something that just lets your natural essence come through a little bit more. And what else can I say about this stuff? It's definitely replaced a lot of my heavier, thicker, like super full coverage foundations. Okay, so the next product is a drugstore concealer, and this is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I had previously been using one by Becca, I think it was called like the Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer. That one was really good. It was really thick, and if I wanted to do a light application of makeup on the rest of my face, it just did not work. It looked like you had like spackle right here and then nothing on the rest of your face. It just, you couldn't really sheer it out. It didn't adapt very well to a lighter makeup look. So I gave this one a shot and I was honestly blown away. I had seen a lot of people using this on YouTube and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about, and honestly I think this is very comparable to the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the sense that it goes on very liquidy, and then when you blend it out, again, just that velvety, airbrushed look. It has a really great coverage. I definitely struggle with my dark circles. Okay, if you haven't met me before, hi, my name's Allie. I struggle with dark circles. So if I want to lighten up my makeup, I still wanna, you know, cover them up without it looking really heavy and looking like I have a different product under my eyes, if you know what I mean. So this is nice because you can just kind of dot it on, blend it out. You can build it up very easily. I'll use this on my lids as well, and it just looks so fresh and light, but it has really good coverage that kind of blends in with the rest of my face, especially when I'm using the CC cream. So, oh my goodness, you guys, this honestly, I went to Walmart the other day and I bought like 3 of these just to make sure I always had it on hand, just to ensure that no matter what happens, the apocalypse, the Armageddon, I will have enough of these concealers. And then, ooh, I'm excited to show you guys this. Okay, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in shade number 2 medium. For like 85 years prior to this, I was using the MAC Studio Fix. Like, it's so fun quickly how you forget. How could I forget the name of it? The Studio Fix powder. Powder plus foundation. There we go. That was my ride or die. I honestly never even really tried other powders. I was like, what is the point? I love this one so much. Then I gave this one a shot and I realized that the MAC one was so heavy, and I was applying 5 or 6 heavy layers of it, but it was such a full coverage powder that it really kind of made whatever foundation I was using underneath just look like that powder. And I love this one because it's still, you can still see the foundation or whatever product you're using underneath and see the qualities of that foundation, if that makes sense. But this just adds that extra little like filtered look to your skin. I use the tiniest little bit of this. Let me show you guys this brush. I love this brush so much. It's by BH Cosmetics, and I don't know exactly the name of it. It just says number 1 on it, but this thing is big, okay? I lightly touch this to the powder and just lightly like dab it across my skin, the lightest layer ever, and it just gives that extra little smoothness, just kind of smooths everything out. Again, like I would just describe it as almost that final filter to your skin, but you can still see your foundation and see your skin underneath. It's just so perfect. It looks so nice. It's so weightless. It never looks dry on my skin, never brings out my fine lines or dryness or texture or anything like that. This is incredible, incredible stuff. I actually look forward to using this every day, which is kind of weird because who really looks forward to using a powder? You know what I mean? It's just kind of one of those things we just do. But this I love. I just love the effect that it gives my makeup. This is the Milk Kush Mascara. And the first thing is, I think, is interesting about this mascara is that this is a heavy metal to a mascara. Like you just hold it and you're like, okay, this thing means business. Now, it's not the mascara I'm wearing today. I will get into that in a second. But I was really struggling, I would say earlier this year, with my eyelashes. I actually ended up getting diagnosed with allergic dry eye, so I started taking drops for my eyes, and my eye allergies and my lashes really started to grow back in a lot better. But before that, I barely had any. They were super short and really, really patchy and uneven. And all of the mascara that I had used previous to that, like my Tarte one, Better Than Sex, like none of them looked good on my lashes. They just accentuated like how short and like stubbly they were. So I was on the hunt to find anything that would just look flattering on my eyelashes pretty much, and I tried this one out, and oh my goodness, you guys, this is honestly, I feel like the best mascara I have ever tried. I will always associate it in my head with when my eyelashes started to grow back in, I guess, so maybe that's why I love it so much. But honestly, it's just, I really love it because it looks incredible on my lashes. The cool thing about this mascara is that the sweet spot of this mascara lasts forever. So you know when you first open a tube of mascara and it's just a little bit too liquidy, a little bit too wet, and then you start using it for maybe like a week, it dries out just a bit, and then it just goes on like butter. And then, you know, usually that sweet spot will last like a couple weeks or something, and then you're like, okay, we're on the downswing now, it's starting to dry out. I swear to you guys, this, like that perfect consistency lasted 4 months, like forever. I didn't even notice a change in the mascara at all, to the point where I finally just had to stop using it because I was like, I'm gonna get an eye infection. I have been using this for way too long. This is incredible stuff. Now, like I said, eventually this one did get all used up, so I'm definitely gonna repurchase it, but today I have on the Caution Mascara by Hourglass, and I do really love that one too, but I think this one is definitely even better, but those two are like my top 2 favorites right now. So my 5th and final Holy Grail product today is a lip gloss, which I find it interesting anyways, because I never really thought of lip gloss as a product that could even be a Holy Grail. I just kind of thought, well, they're shiny, they're glossy, like they either kind of suck or they don't. It's not like there's one out there that's all that amazing. Until I tried the Pat McGrath Labs Lust Gloss lip glosses. So this one I have is Gold Allure, and this is a really beautiful multi-dimensional, like multicolored gold sparkly gloss. It's sort of like greenish and peachy and gold, but when you apply it to the lips, it's just pretty. It's so pretty. It does give you like that ultimate like shimmery, nude, dewy type of lip look. You can see what it looks like there. And then my current, more recent favorite color is Peach Perversion. And when I first tried this, I was hoping for a little bit more pigmentation, but that was just me being so silly and so naive and not understanding this gloss. But now I fully understand. It is incredible. See, and even the swatch is just not gonna do it justice. You honestly have to see this one in person. These glosses just give you like the ultimate latex, like shiny, juicy look to your lips. They make your lips as a whole look so much more dimensional and like bigger and amazing pretty much. When I discovered these, I was most impressed by their ability to just wrap around your lips and hug them and just make them look so dang shiny. Now before discovering these, I was all about the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs. I still love them. Do not get me wrong, still love these. They just did a little sidestep, you know, these just kind of stole their shine for the moment. So they are definitely my new holy grail glosses. They got the hooch, the freshy. Okay guys, so that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please bear with me, I've got new lighting. I'm trying to work with a new microphone, which I don't even think I turned on when I started this video. And a new background, trying to get this all worked out and work out the kinks just to kind of freshen everything up a little bit for you guys. But I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your current Holy Grail products are down below in the info box, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye.